Alright, in this video we're going to show you how to view and edit pay information in Eddy HR, and this is done in the employee profile. So I'm currently logged in as an admin user with HR permissions, and if you'll look, I'm Mike Jones, so I have the ability to view and edit pay information. And so I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at Sebastian Brown. And Sebastian is an employee, and under the job tab in Sebastian's employee profile, there's a pay card. And you'll notice this is locked by default. That just shows that only people with this specific pay permission can see this card. We know that pay is very sensitive and you want to keep it private. So we really have locked this down, and you can choose who in your company to give permission to. But anyway, I do have permission, so I have this eyeball icon on the card, and I can click that, and it will open and show me the current pay rate and when that pay rate was last updated, as well as previous pay rates. And I even have a little note explaining, how we got to the current pay rate. So that's how you see it. And then if I wanted to change it, and if I have permissions, I can click on this little edit pencil, and that's going to prompt this modal here that's going to ask me a question. Is this a new pay rate, or am I just making an error? For example, right now Sebastian's at $85,000 a year. If I had unintentionally typed 85,000 and meant to type 87,000, for example, I would want to just edit an error and change this to 87,000 and save it. And you'll notice what that does is it doesn't save the 85,000 and put it in the past. It just updates the current pay rate. So that's one way to do it if you make a mistake. But if you're actually changing the employee's pay rate, you're going to want to click this. This is a new pay rate option. And now we're going to put Sebastian up to $95,000 a year. So $95,000 in salary, and we're going to make this effective as of tomorrow. So that's Wednesday, September 30th. And I'm going to add a note: great performance deserves another raise. And once I save that, you'll see, okay, so the current pay is $87,000 until tomorrow when this goes in, and that's scheduled to make a change tomorrow and move to $95,000. And when that happens, the $95,000 will become the current, and this $87,000 will go down below the past header. So we keep a running history of all the previous pay rates, as well as show you the current and any scheduled future pay rate that might take place. So that's kind of how it works. And bonus information is the same. You have this little eyeball icon that you can click in to see previous bonuses. I can edit an old bonus, or to add another one, I just click the edit pencil and I can add a new bonus. So really simple there. Now that you've seen this from an admin perspective, I want to show this from an employee perspective. So now on the screen, you'll notice that I am logged in as Sebastian Brown. And Sebastian Brown is an employee in the company. He does not have HR admin permissions, but he is a manager. But even though he's a manager, he hasn't been given the ability to view his direct reports' pay information. I'll show you what that looks like. So first of all, Sebastian can come to his own profile, and he can see the pay rate for himself. So remember, I just made that change, so this is scheduled to come in tomorrow. I can see my previous history, but you'll notice Sebastian cannot edit his own pay rate. So he can all employees can see their own pay rate at all times. Now, if I go back to the employee directory as Sebastian Brown, Sebastian is Bob's manager. So Sebastian does have the ability to click in and view Bob's profile, but you'll notice if I go to the job tab, this is locked and I don't have the eyeball icon. I cannot see Bob's pay, even though I'm the manager. And so what you'll notice is Eddy does a really good job of locking down pay, so employees can't see other employees' pay unless they have very specific permissions to do that. And those permissions, as I briefly showed earlier, are found if you're an owner or HR admin, you have the admin tab, and there's a very specific pay information permission thing that you can go in and edit who can see pay. And so I can turn view on for management if I needed to. So that's a little bit about pay, viewing pay, editing pay, and pay permissions. And I hope that's helpful as you pay your employees with Eddy HR.